What's going on, everybody? This is our first podcast together, and we're gonna have our little technical difficulties in the beginning. Give us a second. Ha ha! There she go, the wifey. Kind of, sort of, right? We're gonna figure this out fast. We see. How come it ain't showing you? We have to change everything.
The beauty.
You know what? We may have to sit it together like this. You feel me? Yes, I don't know. Might be all wrong.
Hey, everybody.
My wife is going to talk to y'all for a second while we get ready to figure this out.
Welcome to the Smoke and Fire podcast, where we're just going to have some encouraging, hopefully inspirational conversation tonight. We've only been married for a year and a month. Almost exactly, right?
Almost
exactly. So it's not like we're on here giving them out a bunch of marriage tips and just how you got to stay married for 40 years, because we're still working on that. But
right.
What we are going to do is talk to you about the process, and how the process affects things. Like, we're in the middle of a process of trying to get the camera right, and we just got to roll with it.
I don't know. Yeah, we should be at home. I don't think so either. Val, hold on. They see you, see me. I guess we want to run like this for a minute. You feel me?
So it's funny, we're talking about conflict and aggravation in relationship, and now we gotta be like sitting like this. But it's all good. So we just want to have some inspirational conversation, because everything is a process. All of life, even getting here to this moment, has been a process for me. Has it been a process for you?
Yeah, big process.
Yeah.
Shout out to the process.
Yeah. So we just gonna roll with it, have a conversation with you guys. You tap in with us. If you got any questions, hit us up in the chat.
For sure.
And we got you.
So for these next 30 minutes, man, we just gonna chop it up with y'all. You know what I'm saying? So tonight it was kind of funny because my wife was like, "What are we gonna talk about? So I was like, "Let's talk about exactly what we were talking about yesterday." And she had mentioned, like, we aggravate each other. I was like, "Yeah, we do." You know what I'm saying? Well, anyone that knows me knows I aggravate people. Period. You know what I'm saying? But it's out of love. But the thing is that even in aggravation, we still have to be able to come back together, and we still have to be able to have understanding. We still have to be able to talk to one another. We still have to be able to function as a family with one another. So a lot of times we forget that. Even in marriage, sometimes we can forget it. You know what I mean? And I think the most important part about us being together and doing this is that we know that we have one another's backs. And a lot of times that's hard for people to come back to center to. And you know, like we're gonna talk about some of the things that we do to come back to center to one another. So you know, one of the things that I practice, and it was tough practicing it, and my wife was when we first got together, she used to get mad at me because I used to like take these long drawing moments to answer questions.
Oh, he didn't used to. He didn't used to do it.
I still do it.
Still does it. Wait. So I gotta say this. I've never really explained it to him this way, but do you all remember the episode of The Cosby Show? Where Cliff was telling these long, drawn-out stories, and it was like one particular episode where his stories got Theo in trouble and all that kind of stuff. If you remember The Cosby Show and are a big fan like I do, but they were like how he sit back and he roll his, you know, head back, and like it took him 5 minutes to get one sentence out.
That's not me.
That's you. So.
Well, the reason why, you know, I do that a lot of times, because I used to be a person who used to answer quick, you know, being from, you know, a lot of times people like, oh, you New Yorkers, but being from where I'm from, we used to, you know, we have a quick trigger. And so I had to realize, like, I have a wife that's sensitive in that area. But she too can have that same trigger. And so, you know, before I get her in that space to where it's like, now we not talking, but we arguing, and we not talking to one another, we talking at one another. You know, I had to learn how to table a lot of my conversation. You know what I'm saying? And realize, like, yo, I'm not talking to just a chick on the street. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking to someone who I love. And so because I had to realize that, it you know, it made me kind of process things a little bit slower. So, you know, what I'm doing right now, y'all, I'm sending out the link to some of my people because they hit me up earlier. It was like, yo, Vince, where we can catch you at? Where we can catch you at? And so, you know, right now, it's crazy because like even in putting up this today, I had to go on my old VPE page, which is the Vince Paz Experience page, because I put I had forgot the password. I have forgot the password to our Smoking Fire page, but I'm going to take all this and put it on the Smoking Fire page tomorrow. You know what I mean? And, you know, I got to say, like, I love aggravating my wife at times, especially when I know, like, she's upset about something, may not be something that I did, but I love bothering her because, you know, I always believe like people should be happy, you know what I'm saying, no matter what the circumstances of the situation is. And so I get nerves, and she'll give me that look like, come on now.
Well, and I think it's been really good for me because I'm a person who's constantly praying about her patience, my level of patience. When it comes to anything, I can be impatient driving in traffic. So definitely, because I was single for a long time, living on my own for a long time, single mother. Everything that I was doing, it was just I had to consult no one,
right.
You know. And so to be in a space where I have to consider that he takes 50 years to tell a story. For a long time to process things when I just want to get it out right now, it really has helped me in my level of patience and in my security of knowing, like, look, even though it's not worked out right now, right this minute, he's here and we gonna work it out. And so it gives me an opportunity to be more of a processor rather than so much of an emotional responder as I have always been. So it's been good stuff for me to walk through that with you.
Well, the process of it, like even today, you know what I'm saying? Like even now, like as we
like you like the Back to the Future. You know how like when he only had so long to kiss the girl.
Oh, listen, you know, I'm at to slide this way just a little bit. You feel me?
Yeah.
Let's see what we're talking about now.
Okay.
Man, this is you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking that we have to get a whole nother camera. That's what it seems like, right? Yo, just thank you for bearing with our technical difficulties. You feel me? I'm trying to figure out now why my overlay is acting up. See, like, yeah, I ain't gotta figure that out right now. All right, well, I guess. So somebody pop up in the chat, they pop up in the chat. But yo, yeah, we definitely appreciate, you know, everyone from last week that came out. We definitely had an awesome first outing. This will be the first of many podcasts to come. Just know that, like, even like I was saying right now, what happened? What happened yesterday? Matter of fact, I want to share something with y'all. First of all, I want to let y'all know. Yeah, we're gonna tell you, man. You probably don't remember what I'm gonna tell you. So the National Suicide Prevention Hotline, you know what I'm saying, there's always opportunity to help save somebody who's crying out for help. The telephone number is 1-800-273-8255. Again, the number is 1-800-273-8255. You know anybody in trouble, then listen, don't be afraid to give them that number or sit with them, talk to them yourself. Because you know, everyone out here needs some help. You know what I mean? Everyone out here needs somebody. You know what I mean? If all you people that keep saying y'all don't need the church, okay, that's another story. We're gonna talk about that some other time. We're gonna talk about that later. Okay? Okay, something about that. You feel what I'm saying? So again, so you know, I want to send this to Coach Max. I guess I'll get it to him later. So yesterday, I'm gonna tell you the situation. So right now, I'm in a process of trying to move careers. Okay, and it was day for yesterday. So, you know, my wife was saying, you know, one real, you know, interesting points up. You know what I'm saying? It was like, yo, look, I don't feel secure right now. Yo, and she don't even know how that felt when she said that. You know what I'm saying? Like, wait a minute, I'm doing all I can to make us be secure. Like, but I understood, like, as we were talking, what she meant. And so, you know, trying to make a move at 53 the way that I'm making it, you know what I'm saying? It's a power move. It's a shift going from being a general manager for the last 30 years, you know what I mean, to going to teaching. And so even though my skills are transferable, my wife, you know, and my family, just my family period, I had to think about some things about before I even move. Will the money sustainable? Will the benefits be sustainable? Will certain things available to me? You know, I built a level of autonomy at my company to where it's like I can move around anytime I want. You know, if she needed to go on sabbatical or something from work, I can move my entire schedule around. And so I had to think about what I'll be missing and what I'll be missing. So then, I said to her, it kind of left open-ended. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I think you misunderstood my definition of secure.
I did it first.
Okay.
I did. But what made me bring it back was like, okay, she wasn't secure in the move that I was making. It wasn't not secure in us. It was being secure in the move. And so
it wasn't even that.
It wasn't that? Okay, well, let me explain it to me because I'm feeling slow. Okay.
So I think one of the things that goes along now, I was single and by myself for a lot longer than you were.
Right.
Because I come into the marriage as a former widow. So I was a widow for 15 years. He comes into the marriage as a divorcee. And so that was like 4 years or something like that before he came. But I think we both got into a situation where we were kind of running our own show, you know, and because we had to. I had to be, you know, the head of household, the mama, the bill payer, the one that figured everything out. And I really didn't have to communicate with nobody but Jesus about the moves that I was making. And I think he ended up getting into a space where that was true for him too, being on his own, single father or unmarried father, because that was more the case for you because you had another active parent in the situation, and you were on your own doing your thing, and when you got ready to make a move you just made it,
Right.
and you didn't really have to explain it to anybody. It kind of was between you and the Lord. You may have prayed about it, may not. Sometimes I didn't. I would just move and do what I felt like I needed to do. And we bring those tendencies into our union sometimes when we just, me too, just making moves and then like, oh, I should have told you that what I was getting ready to do.
Right.
So he had this plan, or I don't even know if it was a fully developed plan, but this course that he was taking, and I didn't know what it was because I'm like, if we gotta lock it down for a little while and things are gonna be tight, I'm good with that as long as I know what we're doing.
Right.
And I think when I said I didn't feel secure, it was because I felt in the dark about how you were going to make the move and what I needed to do to get on board with it. And he was like, I feel like you're not gonna support what the move that I'm making. And I was like, me not support you? That's ridiculous.
That's foolish.
I just need to know what I'm supporting, like what we doing, what we got going on, you know. And if I know what the vision is, I can come up under the vision and support you. That's what I'm here to do. But if I don't know, it creates a level of insecurity for me because, you know, he, in our relationship in general, he provides a level of safety for me. And then when we are just back to the future fading, but that's okay. You provide a level of safety for me. And so then when we start coming into these big pivotal moments, I'm really not sure what the plan is, what we're doing, and you done decided. And I'm like, wait a minute, you know, I'm like, if we gotta, whatever we gotta do to get you to where you want to be, I'm down with it. But I just want to know where we at.
Right. So, I mean,
so that was what it was. Not in the way that you would describe it. That's not what I felt.
Well, I apologize. You know, I definitely apologize. You know, I just think that it was important. It was important for you to, one, get that out. You needed to get that out to me because you know, you felt. I know you felt like you misunderstood. I misunderstood you in a lot of ways, and I appreciate the fact that you broke it down for me because now I have a way better understanding than what you was talking about before. Shout out to Katana and Buck in the building, friend in the building. It just shows, like, you know, it doesn't matter. Like, situations will get bigger. You know what I'm saying? And you know, we've got to be open to hear, you know, our mates, our spouses. Got to have an open ear. If you don't, and you just think that your way is the right way, you know, you're going to cause more strife and more struggle in your house. You know, I'm not saying like the slogan happy wife doesn't apply. I won't say that because everyone wants to be happy. You know, no one gets married not to be happy. It's just me. You know what I'm saying? As long as they see you, you know what I'm saying? You're the beauty of the two. So, you know, I'm just the voice. It's just important that we continue to allow, you know, God's understanding to supersede ours, you know, because I honestly, I didn't know how to say it that day. I was really lost for words, period. Sorry. Oh, no, you're all right. You're right. Because actually, you know, I'm going to put a stand up in a second, a small stand. You know, I move quick on this thing. But, yeah, man, I just felt like, you know, God's understanding had to come in. But even throughout that time, you know what I'm saying? we didn't stop praying for one another. We didn't stop praying with each other. You know, and that's another thing. A lot of times that we've got to make sure that no matter what the situation is, no matter how upset maybe our mate may make us or whatever, we still have to communicate. We still have to. It may not be the overly affectionate communication, but words still need to apply. You know what I'm saying? Like even still, good morning and have a nice day. You know what I'm saying? It still has to be somewhere in the rankings because you know I can never not leave my house, or I could never not go through a day not being able to talk to my wife. I gotta say something before I leave the house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy. But anyway, listen. This right here, Back to the Future thing is really bugging me out right now. You know what I'm saying? Like
I know.
I'm really bugging out right now.
Okay, so that was kind of okay. I think we're good right there.
Yeah, that was grand.
For now.
Right now, right?
Yeah.
Wait, but you know what I think the problem is? We might need to move closer.
Oh. Sorry, y'all. It just gets better with time.
Yeah.
Oh, that did good.
Okay. Kind of, sort of, right?
I, like you said, even in the midst of conflict, not to make it seem like we have a bunch of conflict or anything, because we really have a lot of fun in our relationship, and we are like really great friends and
for sure
lovey-dovey and all of that kind of stuff. So most of the time, everything is all good. But even in what you were saying about always, no matter what we're going through, still having that level of love and care and checking in, even if I'm saying have a good day and I love you with my teeth grit, you know, it's still important to let you know that no matter what we're going through, that I'm still with you and I'm still for you. And as a matter of fact, for me, the things that we go through and the things that I see in myself when we go through them, the level of impatience that I exhibit in certain situations, the tone of voice that I take, those things, it's like marriage is really a mirror. So it's not just the things that are going on between you and your mate, but it's what's going on inside of you too. So when we get into those little areas, those little tips or whatever, it makes me see me that I didn't have to say it like that, or I didn't have to express that, or I shouldn't have even said that at all. And so it keeps me in a space of prayer for me. And even before my husband got home and before we even came on this podcast, I was in my prayer room, literally crying out to God about helping me, because I am such an emotional feeler, and that's partly the artist in me, and God wired me that way, and it has its place, but it also has to be brought under control as well. And so really crying out to him about how my responses to people still need to reflect Jesus. Whenever you come in contact with me, I don't want it to be a surprise to you that I'm a believer. You know what I mean? And I don't want our tiffs and things that we may go through in conflict to tarnish my witness to my husband, or I always want to be in a space where I'm honoring him. So, you know, the prayer is, Lord, help me to honor him in the look on my face. Help me to honor him and respect him in the tone of my voice. Help me to, you know, to have my emotions under control, even when I'm angry, upset, or hurt. And so those things are super important. And you really do a good job of making that easier for me, because he's always like, girl, I ain't paying you no attention. I love you. Boo, get out of here. You know what I mean? He doesn't take me super seriously when I'm in my emotions. He, you know, and that's a part of knowing me and loving me well. He's like, girl, no.
I mean, it's it can be an emotional overload. You know what I'm saying? If
For you?
no, this
No.
period.
Yeah.
If for both people, if you know what I'm saying, you don't be careful with how you know deal with a situation. You know what I mean? Like when you got two bulls in the ring, nothing nothing is gonna come out of it.
Yeah.
So like I humble myself, you know what I'm saying, because that's the way that God wired me
Mm-hmm.
to be able to humble myself in the midst of conflict. Because I don't have to always be right. But what I have to always be, I have to always deal with things righteously.
Yeah.
And you know, one of the things that you always preach to me to where now you don't ever have to say it because you know, like that New Yorker swells up in me on some things, you know what I'm saying? I still gotta approach things out of love.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I deal with, you know, I make sure I deal with you because I want you to do that to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, there's relationships out there. We hear about them, we see them. You know what I'm saying? That you know, you hear the mate not dealing with the other mate out of love, or
Mm-hmm.
he does this or she does that. You know, I just want to just tell everyone that's out there that's listening that you've got to listen to your partner. You cannot think like this this whole 50-50 thing is like a whole myth to me. It's 100.
Yeah.
My foot stays to the floor for you. You know what I mean? For you and the family. My foot stays to the floor. I don't step off the pedal. If I'm gonna mess up, I'm gonna mess up at 100 miles an hour. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not tiptoeing through the fields. I'm gonna tear everything up in the process. But in the process, I'm also going to work to put it back together too. So you know, I just tell everybody that's my spiel when it comes to working through conflict is one, you know, don't be too argumentative. Somebody's got to humble themselves. Everyone can't always be right.
Mm-hmm.
The second thing is that as a man, I'm speaking from a male's perspective. You feel me? That when you dealing with your wife, you know, understand that she's wired emotionally. So you want to make sure that you dealing with her in a space where where you can allow her to get it all out. And sometimes you may have to sit there and don't say anything. You may have to wait until it's your time to speak.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't, you know what I'm saying, it'll say that you're not. It's not that you're not honoring her, but you're not willing to listen to her. Because men are from Mars, women are from Venus. She may take the long way to say things, or she may take the short way to say things. You may take the long way to say things. I mean, I'm long-winded. You may, or or you may say things, you know, directly to the point. But either way, you still got to listen to your mate.
Yeah.
And the third thing that I say is that you got to be forgiving. You got to be forgiving, like immediately.
Of each other and yourself when you fall short, when your tone wasn't the way that, like, I done prayed about this all morning and now we come into a situation and I still got it wrong. Not only for constantly forgiving each other, but ourselves as well.
Right, for
So
sure.
important.
Shout out Yolanda, what's going on,
Hey,
YO?
cuz.
Cuz in the building. You know what I mean? So, tell a friend, you know, the Smoking Fire podcast is here. We talk real. We put ourselves we put our testimony out there. You know what I mean? One thing that you're gonna find when you hear us speak, we talk about ourselves. You know, we don't create these situations. These are situations that we really go through.
Going through.
You know what I'm saying? So, hopefully somebody heard something tonight. Thank you, YO.
There we go. So the other thing that I think is super important, because we just experienced this last week, and I know we making it sound like we fight all the time, but we really don't. We just be having so much fun over here. But the other thing that I think that is so important, when you are in a relationship, when you're married, especially when you have a covenant marriage and you are, followers of Jesus, it's super important to have like babe,
I don't know, man.
have the have that accountability base, because we got into like a little it wasn't even little, I was mad, but last week we got to talk about what it was about, but it was fine. No, we ain't gonna talk about what it was about. I was fired up. I left the house, and that's one thing that I usually don't do.
Okay, I understand.
Even when we go through whatever we go through, I'm like, we gonna be mad here in this house together. We not walking away and doing all of that kind of stuff. So that's normally not something that I would do, but this particular day, I was mad. I was so mad that it was advantageous for me to leave the house for a minute, and I just drove around the corner or what have you, just to get myself together. But one of the things that I'm so grateful for is, as I was making that drive and I was talking to the Lord about how I was feeling about what went on, I thought, sometimes us ladies, we like, I'm gonna call my mom or my sister, and I'm gonna, because I need to vent and get out how I feel and blah, blah, blah. And so as I was having the thought, immediately the Holy Spirit was like, no, do not call your mama, your sister, or whatever. Because no matter how much your family loves your spouse, and my family adores my husband, I'm still that girl, and so we can be upset in a moment, get our family all riled up. Now they looking at your mate sideways. Y'all are made up, and they still mad. And so the Lord has given us an accountability couple that we can call, that are wise, that are godly, that are team Pass and not team Rhonda or team Vince, which is what our families are going to be. Our friends, even though they may like us, they might even counsel us like, no, you need to listen to him or whatever. At the end of the day, your family is team you.
Right, seriously. For sure.
And your friends are team you. And so we have a couple in place who are older than us, who are friends, that are like spiritual parents, who love us equally, who we've kind of submitted ourselves to for the good, the bad, the ugly. And we can say what we need to say about what transpired with them, and it stays there. They correct us when we need to be corrected. I know my accountability, the wife, will let me know, like, you need to get emotions together, and which is true. And but then we can go on, and they can be interceding for us and loving us both, and they're there, as a resource for us and not a resource for me. So in conflict, sometimes we just want so badly to tell somebody who's going to be on our side. But I'm so grateful that the Holy Spirit speaks, and he's like, no, this is not the time to call your mama. This is the time for you to ride around in this car and talk to me, and go home and sit down, and y'all talk this through. And that's what we did. So I'm grateful to be able to have a relationship with the Lord where I can go to him. You just doing all kind of stuff, causing conflict. No, we're doing, I'm grateful to have a relationship with the Lord who checks me as well, but then also giving us people who are for us, so that when we need to get something off our chest, we can do it and not uncover the other person.
Gotta cover your mate. Gotta cover your mate. Grace in the building. What's going on, Grace? You know what I'm saying? My FAP sister, you feel what I'm saying? Shout outs to you. I gotta say, like, we first were just gonna do this for 30 minutes. You know what I mean? Because we got home late. We didn't really do any prep for the show. But I'm glad that
we're gonna have a camera situation.
Yeah, we're gonna get all that situation shortly.
Yeah.
Because
he's gonna be up for the rest of the night, like figuring this out so that this does not happen again. I'm gonna have to be like, come to bed,
Thank you, Grace. I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it.
Yeah.
You know, I just thought about something.
What?
I said hi to Grace, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I said to my FAV family, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's my CPF family. My God,
I got
several families. You know what I'm saying?
Chat groups and prayer chats and group chats.
This our Sunday morning. This our Sunday morning worship on Instagram. You feel what I'm saying? But we be popping. You feel what I'm saying? So we be off the chain. But one of the things I hope y'all caught was that you got to cover your spouse. You got to cover your mate. And you know this is where I counsel brothers and sisters that even come through my drive-through, and I say to them, Artie Green, go ahead, put it up, go ahead, Grace. You already know. Get that shameless plug. You gonna catch my, I got you. Yo, check it out, everybody. You gonna catch my man Artie Green on IG. You feel what I'm saying? With the CPF family, Sunday mornings, 9:00. You feel what I'm saying? With the greatest of gospel hits. And I've already been in the music industry for a long time. You feel what I'm saying? So he definitely, you know what I'm saying? He definitely drops the jewels on the gospel side. Very, very, very spiritual brother. So yo, check him out in the morning. Artie Green, IG, it be popping. You feel what I'm saying? So there we go. Tell my man Artie he got the shameless plug going on. You feel me? But yeah, but you want to make sure, and I tell brothers this a lot, like, yo, and I tell sisters this, like, yo, don't be a wife, don't be a girlfriend making wifey moves. Don't be a husband, boyfriend making husband moves. If you're not gonna be committed to it. And I find that the key thing that a lot of brothers and sisters, especially some brothers, don't understand is like you can cover your wife, right, in a physical way. But I mean, like, you'll defend her honor physically by fighting and arguing for her, things like that. But what about spiritually? How do you cover her spiritually? You feel what I'm saying? You'll cover her financially, which is fine. But how do you cover her spiritually? You feel what I'm saying? How do you make her feel secure in her spirit that you're the right guy? You feel what I mean? And when I tell people that come through my drive-through, it's like both of them look at me like, yo, that's deep.
Yeah, because we don't think about the spirit nearly enough, and how important that is to have somebody who covers you in your emotions, who is in her prayer closet praying to God, asking, help my tone to be honoring, help my tone to be respectful, so that you are covered in the way that you need to be covered in the area of respect. And then always thinking about my emotions, about my health, always checking on me in all of those type of ways. And those things are important. We can't go into any relationship, whether it be friendship, marriage or whatever, trying to only receive.
Right.
We've got to be really good givers when we're in relationships as well. So I'm going to give a little plug since we're giving shameless plugs. And I'm going to give a little plug, then you can give a final thought. This has been the Smoke and Fire podcast, and I'm so excited to be here with you. Technical difficulties and all, I feel like it's been a great conversation. So, October, Saturday, ladies, wives, because sometimes we got to do what we got to do and really heal the girl, the woman within, so that we can be good in our relationships and be good and just even in our everyday life. So October 26th, I will be at the Fighting for Her 2024 Women's Empowerment Conference hosted by Miss Delvey. She's so gorgeous with the gorgeous pink hair. She's also my cousin. So she is super, super encouraging, has a heart for women, pouring into women, for women to be healed so that they can walk in healthy relationships and have healthy life, healthy experiences, and just love on themselves. So she just, it's going to be the bomb. I already know the food is going to be spectacular. Just the atmosphere, she knows how to do it. So it is going to be October 26th. 12 p.m. to 5 at 21 Triangle Park Drive, Suite 21, Cincinnati, Ohio. For more information, look for Fighting for Her on Facebook. Click the link and get more information. And you just want to follow the page anyway, because every day there's a word of encouragement. Every day there's a word just to lift you up, to fight for you so that you can be well and whole. So Fighting for Her, October 26th. I'm gonna do some poetry. You're gonna get some true fire, but you're gonna get a whole lot of great conversation, good speakers, and Yolanda is just going to love on you. Tickets are $65, but it's going to be well worth it. And so we just invite you to, if they ain't sold out, click on Fighting for Her Facebook to get more information. And Yolanda, if you want to drop in the chat, please do so that the replay viewers can check it out, because it's going to be amazing.
Drop the link in the chat, B. Drop the link, B. We need the link. You feel me? We're going to push it on all social media platforms. Shout out to everybody that's joining us late. Definitely shout out to Anitra. She in the building. Shout out to you and your husband in the building, you know.
They dressed you real good, aren't they?
Oh, yeah. Kingsman in the building.
King mean menswear.
King, yeah, King. King's me, Kingsman, King everything. You heard me? Yeah. You feel me? Listen, let me tell y'all something. Any of y'all come to Cincinnati, I'm definitely taking you down to the spot. You feel me? They online. Anitra, if you still on there, I need you to drop that link in the chat.
Menswear. They are all over the place, all over the news. The Black Onyx Expo, they just did that. They had you looking real fine at the at your nephew's wedding
for sure.
Looking very fine at ours, and so yeah, check them out.
Yeah, man. Yo, listen, you know, I'm going to tell y'all something. If I don't got the paper in front of me, I'm kind of bad. You know what I mean? I guess because I'm getting older now. Here we go. We got one link. Anitra, I need you to drop that other link. So
be in and out.
Yeah, she be in and out, right? So Yolanda, she just dropped up there in the link. Good afternoon, ladies. We have 12 days left. Grab your tickets. Grab your tickets now, my peoples, for the 2024 Fighting for Her Women's Empowerment Conference, October 26th, 2024, from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. Yo, listen, you can scan the QR code on the flyer as well. Is there a Facebook page that they can follow you on, YO? So we're going to make sure we do ASAP.
Let me just tell you, I love going to just she had that again, where it was just like amazing food that they fire. It was phenomenal. One more bite, Cincinnati is on the food tip, but it was beautifully decorated. It was amazing atmosphere, and walking in, she just feel for you. She knew that I was struggling, and she stopped and she spoke into me. Like, giveaways, rich purses getting given away, and all kinds of stuff going on. So she really has a heart for women and a passion to see women well. And so I know we have talked about it for quite a minute, but it's so important. And 65, a perfect investment of the woman. You know, we would put our money where our heart is and really work on that self-care and healing.
So the name of the page is called Fighting for Her. Mm-hmm. Okay, so definitely check it out on Facebook, Fighting for Her.
Yeah.
Seems like the weather must be acting up because the recording is definitely dipping in and out right now, but it's back. It ain't going nowhere. The in stream came on. You feel me?
Okay.
Yeah, we still here. Shout out to everyone. We still here. So listen.
So you want to leave the the inspirational word.
What inspirational word?
Well, because you always, like when it was prophesied at our wedding, true fire. And people talk about my passionate performance, and so they like, you bring the fire. He brings the smoke, and smoke kind of lingers and gives you the thought too.
Yolanda said she can't wait for you to pour to the women.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm very excited.
Well, that's what's up.
I'm with them.
Couple need a podcast. couples need a podcast like us. I appreciate it, cuz. Hey,
it.
look, let me tell y'all. I'm gonna leave y'all with something.
We need to get you on here too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I could definitely throw the camera link out there, cuz. Let me know when you ready.
We gonna plan it so that it's nice and technically.
Yeah, be technically pleasing, right? Hey, listen. So, today, right? We are in my church. We're doing Firefall, right? And today we're actually on day 14, and it's called Humility. And it's funny how when you look at the life of Jesus, how you look at the life of Jesus. Jesus could have encountered all things any kind of way, but he always chose to answer a question in parable, but he also chose to walk away. And a lot of times we can't always be right. We got to know when to just put down our sword instead of always trying to swing it. We got to know when we have to be quick to listen and slow to speak. We have to know when it's okay to be okay to allow somebody else to vent and get their frustrations out. Because whether you know it or not, sometimes you can actually be the key to why they're frustrated. And because you're too puffed up on your own pride and ego, you won't help that person get to the solution so you guys can move fast. And I'm not just talking about in your marital relationships. I'm talking about your relationship with family, relationship with friends, relationship with at work. You gotta know when to put down your sword. And the only way that you'll be able to better understand where you're standing at is through the presence of the Holy Spirit. In this house here, that's what we practice. Okay. So a lot of people, some of you may turn off when we get to these points. But if one person becomes aware or takes the message, that's all that matters to us. A podcast that we do, it could be 10 million people on, it could be one person. We're just grateful for the fact that we're able to be here tonight to give you guys some of our jewels. So be humble, be vulnerable, but most important, be forgiving to others and yourselves.
So this has been the Smoke and Fire podcast. It's been all the little things. It's been amazing. So I really, really enjoyed having this conversation with you, babe.
Appreciate
having this conversation with you guys. And so join us again Monday, October 28th at 8 p.m. because we're going to be every second and fourth Monday, bringing you more topics, more encouragement, more love. God bless.
Yeah, but in between that, I got to tell you, Vince Past Experience is still here. I just been on sabbatical. You know what I'm saying? What days it'll be on? It'll be on every second, fourth Monday
at 8 p.m. And he just going to be jumping in, whenever you want to, or you going to have a schedule.
You already know it. I usually have turn up Tuesdays, like tomorrow morning. Just know I'm turning up tomorrow morning. So listen, I don't know whether to be on at 7 or be on at 9. I think sometimes some people like me on at 7, I'll be on at 9. I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out. I need to get on the schedule though, babe. You're right.
Yeah, but we will be back every second and fourth Monday. So we will be back October 28th at 8 p.m. We'll have another inspirational, encouraging conversation. We're going to give you more of our transparency, and we just hope that you come and join us, vibe with us, and we hope that we say something that will encourage you and bless you. And that's because that's what we're all about. And so,
and Grace said. Some great messages from both of you. Smoke and Fire. Thanks.
Thank you.
No doubt.
You, Grace.
But hey, listen, we are going to have a conversation. Well, I'm probably going to interview my wife. I'm going to interview my wife.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about the waiting game.
Ooh.
That's gonna be in a couple of weeks.
Talk about it. Yeah.
We're gonna talk about it. And I'm gonna leave all of you with a question. And next time we come back, somebody's gonna answer it. Are you okay when God tells you no?
And if the answer is no, my advice to you is to get okay.
Get okay.
Your arms too short.
Go to a box with God. But listen, man, we're going to holler at y'all later, man. Catch us next time. You know what I'm saying? Every second and fourth Monday, 8 o'clock. We up out of here. We're going to talk to y'all. Don't forget, check out Wifey next week. Y'all know what it is. Hold on, man. I gotta scroll down real fast. At the Women's Empowerment, you dig what I'm saying? Conference, October 26th, fighting for her. Fighting for her. A lot of you don't know. We talking about that little person inside of you. You feel what I'm saying? Sometimes people still running their life with that. You know, that's a whole different story.
Running their life with
that little person.
Little person, that 5-year-old that never got healed, and we looking crazy at 50, functioning like we're 5. And it's okay as long as you're ready to do the work.
Chill. We don't want to give away the meat. Come on, chill. We don't want to give away the meat. Shout out to YO for tuning in. Grace for tuning in. Shout out to Friend for tuning in. Yo, listen, man, we love y'all, man. We're going to talk to y'all later. We up out of here. Talk to y'all later. Peace.